What do you do when you don't agree on sex? That's what we're unpacking today. But first, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mary Whitman Ortiz, relationship coach and Christian sex educator, and I love helping couples to create great intimacy in their marriage. So if this video speaks to you, please like, subscribe, share, click that notification button, and look for new videos every week on Friday. So we have begun a top 5 sex question series, and we are counting down. This week's question is number 4. Again, that question is, what do you do when you don't agree on sex? Now, I hate to break it to you, but you're probably going to disagree more than you will agree. Why do I say that? Because you are two unique people who are coming together as husband and wife and creating this brand new entity. And it is like that dance of learning the ebb and flow, how you interact with each other. But let's get to some nuts and bolts, shall we? So I have a few things here to consider so you can get that answer for yourself. And the first thing is, what do you like and what do you want to try? That could be an area where you have differences. Maybe you haven't shared what you like. Maybe you haven't shared what you would like to try. But again, I guarantee you're going to have some differences there. Maybe you'll have some overlap. Maybe part of the difference is just in the language that you use to describe the activities that you're considering. And you also have to remember that your entire culture, your experiences, your mindset towards sex comes into play at this moment. And it is not the same that your spouse has experienced, even if you grew up in the same town, went to the same high school, all of that. You're just unique individuals, and you get to have this opportunity to share your experiences. What's number 2 you should consider? The question might come up, what's okay for Christians? Truly, on my YouTube channel, that is the number 1 video that has ever been watched because we are curious. And a lot of Christians want to still be pleasing to God. They want to know, what does the Bible say about sex in marriage? And that's their goal. And it's hard to find what is that description. But I will tell you, the Bible is not vague on sex, so you might be surprised about that. If I was going to sum up some guidance for you, I would say definitely that the activities that you agree on need to be in line with Scripture so we don't get to any of those no's that are harmful to you, but also your activities should be mutually respectful and satisfying. So we're thinking about both the husband and the wife enjoying their sexual experience. How about number 3 for you to consider? The idea of the frequency and who initiates, and is this going to be a romantic encounter or a quickie? That's a lot to process, and you might not agree on that all of the time, but perfect things to have dialogue about. There's a lot of research out there that sexless or low sex marriages have become more common. And I really think if we just start talking more about these things, that we can remedy that situation. And knowing that it's wonderful for both the husband and the wife to take turns initiating sex because you are equal in the marriage, and that's a great way to show up. Also, the quickie to romantic ratio is unique for each couple, but both ideas are certainly totally acceptable. So here's some tips for you. Get informed. Have the talk. Don't let the present frustration block you or need you to wander, have wandering eyes and thoughts here. If you are not discussing these things with your spouse, then they don't know what's going on in your thoughts, and you have begun to limit how you will get through this question. So talking, yes, that's going to be helpful. But you know what? I understand that talking about sex may be the problem. As a matter of fact, I've written books on that. Why can't I talk to her about sex? Why can't I talk to him about sex? And these books are kind of a done-for-you DIY workshop. There's questions for you to answer. There are reflections for you to think back on your past experiences. There's even a template for a letter that you can write and give to your spouse so you can share some of the things that maybe you haven't been able to put into words yet. You know you need to talk, you just don't know exactly what you need to say. So it's a guide. It can just give you a huge sigh of relief because it gives you all the steps to have that talk so it's easier and you get to the same page sooner. So just checking the links below for how to get that book. I'm actually celebrating the 5-year anniversary of that publication, so it's very exciting. And thanks so much for joining. Remember, when your marriage thrives, everything in your life thrives.